Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And then today I got a very serious topic that I want to get into, and the topic is, was Shaq right about current NBA players being sensitive and soft? So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, we have our Dreamerspro Max premium community, which is an online sports community that we created here on Dreamerspro. It's a place where you can go start basketball discussions, chat live during games, go live with us post games to get post game reactions, take questions for all of us to just kind of interact with each other. It's a place where you can consume original content that you get nowhere else and do so many other things. So if you guys are interested in it, we're running you can check it out for 7 days and get 7 days of free access. Just check it out. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it. So that's in the description below. So with that being said, let me get into this topic here because, guys, let me tell you, this is a very, very, very serious topic to me, and I think it's a conversation we need to have here on this channel, given the fact that over 93% of the viewers on this channel are men, men ranging between the ages of 18 all the way up to 50 and above. So I think this is a very important topic that we have to that we should discuss today. So I have a lot that I want to get off my mind, but I want us to interact in the comment section after we publish this video, because I really want to know what you guys have to say. So listen, recently Shaq has been criticized by some players, fans, and media members for being too harsh on younger players, right? People have been criticizing Shaq, saying, oh, Shaq is an old head, he's hating on young guys. You know, why is he always coming at the younger generation? You're turning people off. You need to realize that it's a new game. Things are different. All of these different things. And basically, they basically saying that Shaq is he's an old hater, pretty much, right? And the reason I like Shaq is for this reason. I like Shaq because Shaq is telling you exactly what he thinks. He's not sugarcoating it to you. And I think he provides a balance, because let's be honest, there are too many people in media that like to coddle people, put their arms around them, always baby guys. Oh, don't say this, don't say that, always trying to make excuses for guys. And if everyone was like that, then the media would be boring, because everyone would be saying the same thing. So for me, I think Shaq brings a different voice. He's not always out there trying to triangulate. He's not always there trying to fit in with everybody. He says exactly what he thinks. And that's the reason why you see him and Charles Barkley and others always get into arguments, because these are guys that are strong-headed, they're alphas, and they have a certain point of view. And they have no problem with disagreeing with you and getting into arguments about it. But that's his point of view. Guys that have their own opinions usually are willing to back them up if they truly believe in them. But if you have a position and you're not really willing to stand behind it, then how much do you really even believe in that position to begin with in the first place? But most people always tend to, sensitive players tend to dismiss Shaq and say, oh, he's just a hater. He needs to stop. He needs to stop hating. And to this day, I don't understand what Shaq has to hate on. Shaq is a 4-time NBA champion, one of the top 10 greatest players of all time, the most dominant basketball player that's ever lived, rich as hell. So when people say that, you always have to sit back and think, what does he mean he's hating on what? What's the thing that Shaq is hating on, right? So that's the one part. But recently, there was some comments recently made by Antoine Walker, the former Boston Celtics, former Miami Heat. If you don't know who Antoine Walker is, just go do the research, hunt down the information. If you don't know who Antoine Walker is and you have an opinion on what he said, then that's already the first problem. But if you know who he is, what he did in the NBA, then we're on a level playing field. But I know who Antoine Walker is, very accomplished basketball player. And he had some comments about James Harden's style of play. He said that he doesn't think that first of all, he said he doesn't even like the brand of basketball that James Harden plays. And I feel the exact same way. Like, I'd never hid my feelings about that. I don't like James Harden's style of basketball. I think it's corny. I think it's boring to constantly be dribbling and take the same exact shot. To me, I think it's boring as hell to watch, right? But Antoine Walker came out there and gave his opinion, right? Just giving a basketball critique. Somebody that actually played in the NBA gave a basketball critique. Then James Harden, right? James Harden, like a typical modern day NBA player and young guy, right? Although I'm not old, I'm only 33, came out and became so sensitive. Antoine Walker. He said, well, Antoine Walker. He said something to the effect of someone that has no qualifications or is not qualified or has no credibility to speak on that particular issue as far as his style of play. That's what. So basically saying that Antoine Walker had no credibility on the issue. Basically, James Harden was just being a sensitive. In my opinion, I think it made James Harden look soft as hell. In my opinion, he looked soft as hell to me, and I'm going to explain to you guys why I think that. Because the very exact thing that Antoine Walker said, guess who else said that? The late and great Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, when he was asked about Antoine Walker during his sit-down with Rachel Nichols and Tracy McGrady, not Antoine, asked about James Harden's style of play. Take a listen to what Kobe Bryant had to say about James Harden's style of play. Take a listen to it.
James Harden, of course, crazy streak this season. What do you think of what he's doing right now?
Well, I think I'm not a fan of in terms of winning championships. I don't think that style is ever going to win championships. But at the same time, you have to keep your team's head above water to win games. So you have to do what you have to do to win games, and he's doing that, right? Now, I think...
So are you saying you don't think James Harden and the Rockets, as constructed, can win a title?
Not with this style of play, it won't win, right? With one player dominating the ball. Now, when you have Chris Paul come back and you have more movement to the offense, where you move guys around, where you're harder to find.
And Chris Paul's back, but you mean more in the...
Yeah, because listen, if you take one player, you put him at the top of the key, or you put him on the wing, and you're running screen rolls, you're always in front of the defense. Mm-hmm. The defense can key on that, particularly in the playoffs. And that's easy to defend. Yeah. It's easy to defend. Now, what he's doing is absolutely remarkable, though. And I think it's a testament to how remarkable it is, because people are now trying to minimize what it is that he's doing.
In that soundbite, you can hear Kobe Bryant basically saying the exact same thing that Antoine Walker said. So let me ask you guys this: was Kobe Bryant not qualified to talk about James Harden's game? Is that where we're going? Is this the point? Is this what this argument has turned into? Because James Harden dismissed him. James Harden apologists and sensitive dudes dismissed Antoine Walker. Oh, who's Antoine Walker? So who's Kobe? So Kobe said the exact same thing. So my question is, was he telling the truth? And was James Harden being sensitive? But it didn't stop there, because guess who else said the same exact thing about the then Houston Rockets and James Harden's style of play? Scottie Pippen. Take a listen to this soundbite of Scottie Pippen talking to PJ Tucker. I think they were in the playoffs. Listen to what Scottie Pippen had to say about that.
So I said earlier today that I didn't think he deserved a new contract, because I've seen what he does as a coach. Yes, he does produce MVPs, right, and he's produced numerous of them. Right. But can that type of basketball win you a championship, do you think?
Of course I think so. I mean, I can't. Of course, that's my team and what we do. I'm not going to say it, but everybody else does. In that position we were in last year.
Because I heard you say James Harden playing against the Warriors, they're more predictable. I don't want to say they're easier, but right, they're more predictable.
Right, for sure.
You guys are more predictable with your style of play. For sure. Can you win with that?
If you look at the analytics and the numbers of it all, when we look at it, man, at the rate that James plays, the way he plays with Chris, with James and Clint Capella in the pick and roll, and with our shooter spaced out, that's like the highest points per possession you could get in any game in the league. So, yeah, man, definitely.
I played a lot of years in this league, and I'll tell you this.
It's different, though. You don't think it's different?
If I see you for 7 games, you're not going to win playing that style, because you're predictable.
I hear you, but being predictable,
and that's what makes the Golden State Warriors so tough right now.
True, that's very true.
They're not predictable.
They're not predictable without KD.
That's true.
Exactly.
But being able to...
Now, in that soundbite, Scottie Pippen said the exact same thing in a much more brazen, in your face way, because he said it face to face with PJ Tucker, which I loved. He said the exact same thing that Antoine Walker said, and Kobe Bryant said. So let me ask you guys this question: does Scottie Pippen and Kobe Bryant are they not qualified? Huh? Do they have so they don't have any credibility, huh? And this is the point that I'm trying to get to. I think these guys are so sensitive to the point where now it's actually becoming alarming, at least to me. Okay, at least to me, because my question is this, and this is the conversation part I think all of us need to have. Guys, help me understand. When did it become so cool for men to be so sensitive and thin-skinned? When did that become a thing, that men have become so sensitive and thin-skinned? When did that become a thing? When did that become a thing? Because nowadays, it seems like men, I'm including myself in because I'm a guy too, I'm not pointing fingers, but we need to put a microscope on this issue because it's a serious issue. When did we get to the point where young guys cannot take criticism? That the only people that young guys are willing to take criticism from, are willing to listen to, are only people that are in their age range or people that agree with them. When did we arrive at this point? This is a larger societal problem that we are having right now with young guys. So basically, what James Harden and a James Harden apologist are saying is that no one should be able to critique these young guys anymore. No one. Because if you say anything negative or anything that they possibly will not agree with, then you're being a hater. When did we get to that point? Personally, I think it's childish, and I think it's problematic for men to be this sensitive. As a guy, you can't be that thin-skinned. The world is harsh for men. Some people may say, well, what do you mean? I'm talking about when you're a guy. Let's just get into this conversation for a second because it's a conversation that needs to be. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not baby each other today. You know, as a guy, you know this, men watching this video, right? Or young guys, men in general. When you reach a certain age as a guy, guess what? You got to go out there and face the world, and you got to figure out a way to become a provider. You're going to be out there competing with other guys, usually for the same thing. No one is going to baby you as a guy. Maybe girls can kind of get away with it, but guys can't. There's a reason why you see men at an early age, men, they start putting pressure on you to go out there and start hustling. Get your own place, try to figure things out. Girls, usually they can stay in their parents' house until they can even be working and still stay at their parents' house to some extent. Now, some guys can do that too, but usually it's easier for women to do it than men. We all know this. But men, you already have pressure to go out there and succeed anyway, because you have to provide. When you have a family, you're the one that they're looking at. Not to say that, oh, you're with a woman and she can't provide or you shouldn't expect anything from her. No. But as the guy, you should be the one willing to step up to the plate. When things go wrong, people are coming to look to you. So you need to be thin-skinned. Problems are going to occur. Huh? Is it that when things go wrong, you start flailing up? Oh, why are you saying this to me? Why are you saying? No. You as the guy, you need to be cool-headed. You need to be the one to handle rough situations. And nowadays, dudes are so sensitive. It is becoming a problem. And you're seeing that spill over into sports. These guys are a reflection of the society that we live in. They're sensitive. They're soft. And I think guys take soft as a thing of, oh, if you say I grew up in New York, I grew up in the Bronx, been into many, I've seen it all. Like, it's not like as if I'm some type of soft dude sitting up here talking to you. I'm not the hardest dude in the world, but I have seen harsher things. I've been into fights. I've been through that. So I understand the connotation when you say to a guy, oh, it's like you're being soft, because some guys will perceive it as being, oh, that's a threat. That's an affront to me. What do you mean? I've been in a situation. I know what it's like when you see a guy staring at you 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. You ask him, yo, what the hell are you looking? I know that. But in this case, this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about young men being willing to take critique. And I give you guys an example, and I close here because I don't want to ramble on too long. I remember it had to have been 8 to 10 years ago. Okay. I was somewhere with my dad. My dad is Nigerian, okay? And my dad is tough. He's a tough guy. Not like fighting or anything, but he's a tough man, right? And we were talking, and at that time, I was a younger guy, right? Obviously. And I thought that I was doing something. I was like, yeah, I thought I was busy. I thought I was pursuing something. I thought I was making something of myself. And I asked him, I said, Dad, like, do you think, is it that you're saying that you think I'm not doing anything? And he told me flat out in my face. He said, yes, I think you're not doing anything with your life. I think you're not doing anything. He said, I'm sorry to tell you, but I think you're not doing anything. And at that point, I had a decision to make. Was I going to curl up in a ball and now point the finger at my dad, because that's next? Because if somebody can't criticize, next thing you know, your own father can't even say anything to you, and say, oh, my dad hates me, or my dad is a hater. No, I took it on the chin. I said, okay, that's how you feel. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna prove you wrong, but with love, without any animosity. It's not like as if I hated my dad. And I think, and I'm very happy that he told me that, because he was being upfront with me. If my dad was afraid to be upfront with me and tell me the truth, that means that guy doesn't care about and he doesn't love me. Because if you're willing to hide the reality from your own son, and you know the reality of the world, then something is wrong with you. And I think guys today, for some reason, have this problem with taking critique. And I think that's what Shaq is speaking to. And for that, I'm absolutely right. And it's not that he's a hater, it's that you're soft and sensitive. And what I want to know from you guys is, if you're willing to be honest about it, let's have a conversation about this, because this is beyond sports now. I know normally we talk about sports, but this is a serious issue that we are seeing right now in society, that it can't come to the point where every single thing that is said about you, oh, this dude is a hater, or he's unqualified, or he's a nobody. We got to cut that out, man. We have to stop that. It is ruining our younger men. We got to stop it. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about this topic? I know it's something quite different, but I think it's a conversation that we need to have. And if I didn't say it to you, then I don't think I'm doing the channel a service. It's not every day about talking about the nice things about, sometimes we got to get serious. So whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. If you think this is a good video, be sure to share it with someone that you think needs to see this. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day. Catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.